Hi, I'm Joshua. Well, you know who I am. I just want to talk about the whole thing with UMass Athletics nowadays. Yes, it's unfortunate. I know, it is. The way these new staff are, some of them, well, I'm saying, they can be like rude, immature, and ignorant. Yeah, I know some of them are, but it's unfortunate. It is. And the only thing they know about me is that women's lacrosse scandal. That's the only thing they know is that women's lacrosse scandal that happened 2 years ago. I'm like, really? Because even the whole thing didn't make sense 2 years ago. It didn't. It's just somebody who hate and fear what they didn't understand, and that happened. But Turtle Boy Sports obviously pretty much like wrote about it and also exposed how athletics improperly handle it. But let's get off that. Like I said, all this has got to stop because all this is happening for no reason, and there's no reason for a messy reputation. No reason for that. There's no reason for a messy reputation. And like I said, yeah, I make social media videos about basketball games, post games, halftime. I take pictures and videos, but like I said in the last video, I do that to promote UMass sports. And those pictures and videos, like I said, they're not being sold. I'll say it again. The pictures and videos of the games I take, they're not being sold. Okay? I hope everyone gets that because I'll say it again. The pictures and videos I take, they are not being sold. Hope you got that the third time. And yeah, and this new athletic staff I'd already told you about, yeah. No young walk away like that. It's not being a good guy. I'm not saying the person's name, but like I said, that person's not down south anymore. The person should know that. Alright? I'm not saying to be a jerk, but but all these new UMass Athletics staff, I hate to be that guy, but it sounds like they don't know the UMass Amherst culture. And I think people need to be reminded that all five UMass campuses is supposed to be a friendly environment, not a hostile environment. I'll say it again. All five UMass campuses should be a friendly environment, not a hostile environment. And top that, my team and we finally got UMass Amherst to divest from fossil fuels, making UMass Amherst the first public school in the nation to divest from fossil fuels. Because we care about the environment, we care about the air, and also, I'm not just a climate tier, I'm a planet tier. That's who I am. But let's back on the athletic stuff. You all should be happy that you have a fan that traveled far as nation's capital, the Bronx, Providence, Rhode Island, all those places. Like I said, not only traveled to the nation's capital once with the UMass team, I did it twice. The first UMass team I traveled with was UMass Women's Lacrosse. 2 years prior to that nonsense. The second UMass team I traveled with was softball to the Bronx that later that same year. And it went to extra innings. It was well worth the travel. Extra innings, cause I'll stay there. I don't care if it went to like 20 innings because you're in the city that never sleeps. Subways run all night, cabs run all night. Extra innings in New York doesn't bother me. So that's what I have to say. And also, yeah, men's lacrosse. The only road game I went with was Brown University against Providence, and they ran a clank on them. Oh, yes, they did. And then finally, UMass men's and women's basketball. down to GW again, and it was a double header. It was well worth the travel. I'm like, I know UMass women's basketball that year had a tough loss that year, but going down there, watch the men's basketball team, getting a much needed win over at GW in the nation's capital, that was solid. That was a much needed win. And plus, I was dressed as Captain America and I got serious airtime that year. Oh, yes, I did. Excuse me. Sorry, there's a bug in my head. Anyways, like I said, 4 UMass teams I traveled with. And this is the thing I get nowadays with these new staff who don't know anything other than that scandal. Really? Like I said, to all these new UMass Athletics staff, know the UMass Amherst culture. Learn it, like it, accept it. And also, not to mention, I'm the guy that created UMass softball on Twitter. Whether you like it or not, I'll say it again. I'm the guy who created UMass softball on Twitter. Whether you like it or not, you're going to have to accept that. And cheerleaders, yes, I created their like page. Why? Because no one else at the time would have thought of that. I'll say it again. Yes, I created the UMass Amherst cheerleaders like page because I know for a fact that no one else at the time would have did that. I knew it because that's my way of promoting. Same thing with the dance team. I created their likes page as well because I knew that back at the time no one else would have thought of that. See, like I say, I create things to help promote UMass sports. And there's even a t-shirt that says create your UMass. Exactly. And was I trying to compete against the athletic department or not? No, I was not. I was helping them promote it. So I don't know why they thought I was intimidating them or impersonating them. I don't know where the heck they got that idea from. But people need to calm down, grow up. Like I said in the last video, I can't help the way I was born. I cannot. Okay, some people were born differently. Some people have birth defects. Some people have disabilities, etc. But that's something that folks, including myself, can't help. If it spooks you or scares you or freaks you out, no, I apologize. I can try to help it, but I can't. No matter how many times I try. And also that new coach, that new UMass coach. I'm not saying what team, because no one needs to be targeted. But really, like I said in the last video, I understand you want to be safe. Or should I say, I understand you want to be better safe than sorry. When I said, welcome to UMass Nation. And then a couple weeks later, I said, how's your first 2 weeks back in New England? And you blocked me. Or we can say, oh, it's no big deal, but there's a much better way to handle that. Especially if someone's being nice to you. Especially if someone's trying to show you or tell you that UMass Amherst is a friendly environment, not a hostile environment. And according to my source, you was on a USA team. Yes, I'll say it again. According to my source, you was on a USA team. Now, is that how a USA athlete acts? No, is that how USA athletes gonna handle it? Come on. Remember, united we stand, divided we fall. And I represent USA as well by dressing as Captain America. Oh yeah, I have all of the USA stuff as well as all the Captain America stuff. But like I said, all this nonsense, that's all got to stop. And it stops now. Part 3 will come soon, to be continued.